I want to talk about being able to take a loss. Being able to take a loss is a very good chunk. I want to say 35, 40% of becoming profitable is being able to be okay with a loss. That takes away from so many of your problems. It's going to take away from over trading. It's going to take away from revenge trading. Um, a lot of just your emotional mix stems from um, not being able to take a loss. I've found that as soon as you can disassociate from the money aspect, just detach from money in general, you're going to be able to accept that loss. How do you do that? You need to find other things in your life that excite you, that you want to push yourself and excel into. My issue, I'm starting to get away from it, but for a very long time, I kind of have these phases where trading is so important to me and I love doing it so much and it excites me. It excites me so much, and I know it excites a lot of you guys as well. That it's hard to not make it like it's always at the forefront of your brain. You're always thinking about it. You're always watching videos like this one. I'm always watching other videos. You want to watch podcasts about other successful traders. You want to know what other successful traders are doing. You want to learn about psychology tricks. You want to learn about everything trading based because it's so intriguing and it's so fun. But you need to take a deep breath and you need to just relax. You need to find other things that you can excel in. Once you do that, you take so much of the pressure away from trading. You don't realize it, but when you're a week or 2 weeks into your newfound passion, maybe it's MMA or maybe it's, I don't know, drawing or starting a business, a separate business than this one, or whatever it might be, progressing in that newfound hobby as well as this one, having something else on your plate will take so much away from over trading or over risking, over everything, really, overdoing it in trading. That's what I've found. I've taken up MMA classes, and being in the gym is another really good one to take your mind off of trading. I think that's why a lot of people say like you need to be disciplined off of the charts. You do need to have that, distilled in your normal day life to build that regime, I guess. To build that idea in your head that I am disciplined in every aspect of life. Once you make it in every aspect of life, it will just hand in hand right into trading as well. Um, but finding that other thing, it takes away so much from trading, all the pressure, and it's great. Because I know everyone wants to focus all their time and energy into trading, but it's kind of like an adverse effect where the more you try to put into it, not the more you get out. I almost want to say the least you get out of it, or you get less. Yeah, I guess it's just you try to pour so much on. Trading is so interesting because I'm sure you guys know, maybe some of you don't, but at this point, um, I found out that it is not the more that you put into it, the more you get out. It's almost like the opposite. If you're able to just wake up in the morning time, an hour before open, maybe go get a coffee maybe go grab like a Diet Coke from like your grocery store or something like that. Just kind of like move around a little bit, trade for 2 hours in the morning time, and then maybe watch a trade recap later throughout the day. Maybe you watch a psychology video, but you don't want to overdo it because then you start to burn yourself out. You start to watch all these videos and you get so excited about getting profitable and what you're going to buy with it, which is great. Manifesting is a great, huge part of it. But you start to burn yourself out and then you don't want to do it. And then you don't want to do this or that or practice or study or that's honestly how I see a lot of traders get out of the whole trading space in the first place. They just front load like almost all of like their learning or whatever, just their whole passion. People want to trade bomb in a way. And that comes with overtrading, needing to take a setup every single day when really I take like 2 or 3 setups a week. I don't take one every day. That would be ideal, but if I map out what I want to see, and if I don't see it, then that's fine. That's okay, because I'll see one maybe later today or tomorrow. But they fall off of the whole trading wave so early because they don't see success, and of course they're not going to see success. It takes patience. So being able to take a loss, going back to that, being able to take a loss is just a part of the patience, like I was talking about in the other videos. Part of the patience, you just need to be okay with taking a loss. How do you do that? You start getting into other hobbies. So I don't know. It's all about having a balance in the life. That's why I think profitable traders, it's easier for them to stay profitable, because we're all chasing that first payout. That's what we want. We want to see that first payout, and from there, we can scale, and then we can buy our dream car, and then we can whatever. But we're all chasing that one thing, so it's hard for us to not be fixated on that one goal that we've had for years. But with profitable traders, there is almost, I just heard it from this other guy I like to watch. I forget his name. He doesn't have many subs, 5K. And he just got his first payout, and it was for like $700. Not a lot of money. Still impressive. But he said, it almost feels like I beat the game. Obviously, I have more to do. The job's not done, but, I feel like I've kind of like feeded it all in a way, which is so interesting because I almost feel that way, and I haven't even gotten the payout yet. But that is the whole point of kind of what I'm getting at is they feel like they have, defeated every goal, and now they're just doing it because they know they have to. They're just going to continue for, the rest of their life or whatever. But they're not so pressured in finding that goal so early because, we're obviously also driven and ambitious in life. That's why we started trading in the first place. So for us, we want to get to our goal as fast as possible. And that's like the kind of like dual paradigm in a way, where we're also ambitious that we want to rush to it, but really what it takes to get to that in this space is a ton of patience. But the only people who come to this like hobby are people who are super ambitious and want their goal now. So it's super interesting, and I feel like that's why it has the highest, it has to have the highest fail rate out of like any career, I guess, or hobby or whatever, money-making skill. So it's very interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that and talk about being able to take a loss is super important. I took 2 losses today, and usually I only take 1 trade. I took 2 today and lost both of them. One was a great setup. The other one was so retarded. I don't know why I took it. Beat myself up all day about it. And then I just, took a couple deep breaths. Talked to God, and I was able to come back to earth. But taking those 2 L's, I thought about getting another trade. I thought, no, that's so stupid. I thought about what could go wrong. A lot of things could go wrong if I took another trade. Could blow up all the accounts, and then I would be even more pissed off. So you need to realize the market will humble you. I hit all-time highs on my account yesterday just to go back to 0 today. And that is okay, because I thought I was the man. I'm not the man. God's the man, but God will help me see it through. Anyways, take a loss.